Hi, how you doing? Bryce.
Hi, Kate Johnson.
Nice to meet it's Sweat, not Snot, don't worry.
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you too. Sorry I'm late. I was trying to tie this tie, and obviously I couldn't get that done, so I figured it'd be better to be here than just be at home trying to tie my tie all day. So, I'm here.
Great. Bryce, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Bryce, and I like people, and I'm single now, so recently single, and I'm just looking for a job.
Great. How did you hear about this position here with our company?
I was looking around online for different stuff, and I saw your company and saw you had a job that I thought I could do, so I went ahead and applied.
What do you know about our company?
Well, I looked around online a little bit, and the website seemed a little outdated from what I saw, and I didn't find out that much about it. It seemed all right.
Bryce, why do you want this job?
Money. I mean, I'm someone who wants to pay my bills, right? And I think that having this job would be a good opportunity to make sure I can accomplish that.
Why should we hire you?
Well, I'm good with people. I'm typically on time, unless something happens. But I try to be at work when I'm supposed to be. Funny thing is, I told my boss that I was going to be out sick today, and I actually get sick. Like, what are the odds of that, right? But I try and give people notice if I'm not going to be around.
Bryce, what would you say are the greatest professional strengths that you have?
I don't know. I haven't really thought about that.
What would you consider your weaknesses?
I mean, there are times when, like, my temper will flare up a little bit, and I've got to keep an eye on that. I can get really, aggressive with people. If they're aggressive with me first, I'm not going to start anything. But if someone starts something with me, I'm going to finish it.
Bryce, what would you consider your greatest professional achievement?
I've never been fired, really. I've had some disagreements in past jobs, but I've never been fired. Usually if I'm in charge of selling something, I can sell some things. And I'm good with customers. I don't like using the phone too much, but in an email, I can respond to a customer just fine.
The position that you applied for will require you to be on the phone and face-to-face with people. So how do you feel about the different roles that you may have to partake in?
Good face-to-face. I can handle face-to-face. I like that. Phone, hey, it's a phone. Who uses a phone anymore anyway, right? So how many people are really going to be calling in? If they do, I'll talk to them, no problem. But I'd rather talk to people face-to-face if that's possible.
Tell me about a challenge or conflict that you faced at work and how you've dealt with that.
Well, the biggest challenge is my boss right now. The guy's an idiot, right? I mean, he'll schedule me 6 days a week on a weekend. When I tell him that I'm not going to be able to come in on Saturday, he still schedules me for that weekend. And I come in most of the time, right? I mean, that's the biggest thing right now is that the schedule's just ridiculous. And he's got no consideration for his employees. That's why I'm looking to get out.
Okay. What would you say is your dream job?
That's an easy one. Nothing. I mean, if I could do nothing, that's what I would do.
You have to do something.
Nothing is something, right?
What other companies are you interviewing with currently?
Whoever calls me in.
And you said you're currently leaving your job because of issues with your boss, correct?
I don't have an issue with him. He's got the issue with me. I mean, it's not. You're not going to call him or anything, are you? Or
no.
I haven't told him I'm interviewing. I told him I was out sick today. I didn't tell him I was coming for an interview. So if he gets a call today that I was interviewing, it could be a problem for me. So you're not going to call him, right?
If you are selected for the next round of interviews, we'll have
When I'm selected, right?
Right. When you're selected for the next round of interviews, we will have to call your references on the resume that you posted
Just hit me
online.
up. Let me know. I'll make sure it's okay.
Okay. You did list your boss as one of your references.
I listed him as my boss, not really a reference. He's my boss.
Now you said that you've never really been fired from a job. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
I was laid off from a job. Again, it was one of those scheduling miscommunications, and the boss thought I was supposed to be there, and I wasn't. And he said if it happened again, that type of thing. And I said, look, this isn't working out. And he's like, you know what, you're right. And he said, we'll consider, just terminating your employment as a layoff. And I'm like, well, that works for me, right? Because it's not like firing. It's just that's all there was to it.
What type of environment would you prefer to work in?
I mean, I like music, people around. Unless I don't, it was like a private place where I had like my own office or something. I mean, I like a place I can go retreat to. But yeah, whatever you got, it's fine.
There's a possibility in the future in this position if you are selected for employment.
Just touched my leg there. Not complaining.
Sorry.
Oh, that's all right. Trust me.
If you are selected for employment, there is the possibility for upward promotion.
Oh yeah.
We are looking for somebody that is a go-getter, somebody that can take control
go
of
get
a
it.
little direction. In the employment environment.
Right. That's what I mean. What do you think I meant? Yeah. I mean, whatever you need me to do.
What would you say your management style is?
Management style. I mean, like I said, you don't mess with me, I don't mess with you. I guess hands off would be the way to say it.
Can you give me an example of a time where you've exercised leadership?
Oh, like leadership exercise? You mean like gym type? Like, what do you mean by exercise?
More like you've taken control and shown your leadership capabilities.
Oh, a lot of times I'll have to work with these noobs that don't know what the hell they're doing, right? And you just got to put them in their place first. Let them know exactly where they are in the pecking order, and then once you've got them in line, you tell them what to do, and if they don't listen, you let them go. Pretty simple.
What's a time you have had a disagreement with a decision that was made at work, and how did you handle that?
I mean, I don't know.
No examples that you can think of a disagreement and a decision from your boss, from an
I mean,
employee
you work with
beneath
people
you?
all day. I mean, people can be morons, and you gotta, deal with that as best you can. But what am I gonna say?
How would your coworkers or your boss describe you?
Coworkers think I'm all right, and we go out, usually Thursday, Friday nights together. Like I said, boss is an idiot. It doesn't even matter what he says. He'd acknowledge that I work there probably.
I'm going to move on to some things on your resume.
Sure.
It looks like there's
Yeah.
a number of gaps in your employment. Do you have an explanation for this?
Well, I had enough money to pursue my dream of doing nothing, and that's what I did. The money ran out, I had to get a job.
In the event that you're selected for this job and you feel that you've reached your quota
Mm-hmm.
in terms of income,
Income and sales.
what is your plan? What is your 5-year plan? What is your plan with this company?
I mean, with this company, when I get this job, my plan is to make as much money as I can, and then if I like it, I'll keep doing it. If I don't, I'll stop.
How do you deal with pressure and stressful situations? Because in the customer service environment, oftentimes you are being called by individuals who are perhaps unhappy with an aspect of our company's products.
Well, if it's a product problem, it's not my problem because I didn't design the product. Obviously, I'm going to be brand new. So, if they got a problem with the product, I'd probably refer them on to someone else who can answer a product question. You know what I mean? Because what did I do? I didn't make a product.
How will you deal with their temperament?
I like to put them on hold. It gives them a chance to calm down. I'll just say, could you hold on for a second, please? And then I put them on hold. And I'll try picking it back up again. And if they're still throwing static at me, I just throw it right back at them. Because they need to know that they're not going to push me around.
Interesting. Out of curiosity, what are your salary requirements?
As much as you can give me. I mean, I've got no requirements to pay my bills. I don't know, 50, 60, maybe plus commission.
What do you like to do outside of work?
I don't know, I like video games. I go out with my friends all the time. I mean, we're constantly out at, we go down to different bars and hang out. I like going downtown a lot. It's fun. Go to some games, things like that.
Bryce, I'm going to move on to some cognitive behavioral questions here. These are
The what?
questions, brain behavioral questions, the way that you think. They're different. They're phrased differently than normal interview questions. Almost like,
Like there's a problem with my brain.
no, that's not what I'm saying. They're more like riddles, and these questions are designed to see how you think outside of the box. So the next series of questions are these riddle type questions to see in different situations how you would think outside of the box. Are you comfortable with that?
I guess. Okay.
If you were an animal, which animal would you be?
If I were an animal, dog.
And why do you say a dog?
They could lay around and do nothing all day.
How many tennis balls can you fit into a limousine?
I'm gonna ask you a cognitive behavioral question. Are you all right? How many what?
How many tennis balls can you fit into a limousine?
I don't know, 4,000?
And how did you arrive at that answer?
How'd you arrive at that question?
Riddle type questions to see how you think outside the box.
Okay, well, if I ever have to put tennis balls in a limousine, I'll get back to you.
Do you have any questions for us?
Yeah, when I was on the website, I was looking about like your employee policies. How strict is that like, drug policy? Is that something that you guys test for regularly? Is it random? Do you do it in house? Would I have to go to a lab?
It is random and it is regular.
Like how regular?
Depends on a variety of variables.
Okay. Like how much sick time do I get?
It's based on days of employment. So once you've reached 90 days of employment, you are eligible for sick leave. And once you've reached 1 year of employment, you're eligible for vacation time.
A year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is pretty standard.
All right. That's about it.
No other questions?
Nah. When can I start? I mean, that's the only one, right?
We'll be in touch.
All right. Good to see you.
Pleasure meeting you.
Yeah.